Guys, welcome to this silly little game called Waste of Space. First video on my channel. So you're gonna want to I'll be teaching you how to play Waste of Space. You're gonna be wanting to search for a good planet, and under no circumstances you're gonna want to spawn the first planet. Very bad. You're gonna get mauled by everyone. Probably gonna want to go onto the later planets, like around here. So let's say that we picked no com minor. You're gonna be wanting less than 60 ping. 80 ping. If you have a bad computer, well, maybe aim for 200 ping. And this is so you're going to want to look around for like a really good spot. Like this guy's base got destroyed, but that will often happen here inside of Waste of Space. So people here, they think of it as a tradition to destroy new players, and then they wonder why the game's dying. I don't usually partake inside of this, but this guy, he has been raided, but he has power still. Well, not really power. But he's generating stuff to fuel these burner generators, but there's no power cell, so it can't be stored. So you're going to want to search for good spots, like around there. So if you're new, you're going to want to create a coal generator, but I have a better mean of power for starter planets. You can use boilers and steam turbines to create power, but even though it's a good source of power, it's pretty complicated for new players. So you're going to want to get near these three deposits: stone, copper, and iron. And coal, we can forget about that, because power, we're going to be getting it from this place. So see this? These are all the resources you can get from mountains. You can get water and ice, you can get rubies, you can get silicon, you can get oil, which will be very useful to produce power. You can get helium, sulfur, which will be very useful, more helium, whatever, and quartz. These are all the base materials that you're going to want if you want to get out of this planet, and also grass. So first, we're going to want to get 2 bins. Do that first by crafting a bin to store iron in. It's really just kind of a sitting here and grind game, but it does get fun because you can build your own ships, you can kill people, which is one thing I like to partake in, and then you can also do a lot of other stuff, like building little bases. That's about all the iron that I'm going to be needing right now. And you're going to want another bin full of copper. But we aren't really going to use the copper because we're going to be turning them into wires, which are very useful instead of everything. Here, look. Everything here is used for everything here uses wires. Conveyor belts, hydroponics, iron rockets, everything. You can even create obelisk to get aliens into the area. There's also a life sensor so you can detect players. There's a nuclear reactor. There's a star map, hyperdrive, teleporter, gyro, and rail. There's a lot of other stuff too that you might be interested in. There's also explosives and warheads. Very big boom. They are often used here. It's like a testing ground. But if there's no other players inside of your region, then you're good. You can also press F3 for part count and really everything. You can have your speed, health, body temperature. Well, not really much I want to say here, but now we're going to create 2 extractors, 3. You can craft how much you want by typing something inside of here. So now you can see that we have 3 extractors. You're going to place one at the iron deposit, copper deposit, and also you're going to want to set these to the respective nodes. So instead of any, you have to put iron. And for copper, you put in, well, copper. And the base materials you can get from here, inside the mountain, is oil, rubies, silicon, sulfur, quartz, stone, and ice and water. And you're probably going to want all of that. But if there's grass right beneath you, you can just mine it straight out of the ground. There's also coal, which if you mix it with petroleum, you can create plastic. So now you're going to want to create a bunch of wires, so you can hook everything together instead of one big pile. So you get a giant mess once you're done, but it does get the job done. So you're going to want a wire and a chute. It does get pretty boring from time to time, but it all pays off because you're going to want to get out of here as fast as possible before you get blown out. And you're going to want to set a bin to iron and set a bin to copper. And make sure these are sized up to 10 by 10 by 10. For it's the maximum size that you can have for storage. And it'll hold 1,000 items each. And remember that sulfur thing? So you're going to want to set the sulfur. And then you have to hook this up to a bunch of wires as well. And chutes. They can transfer ores for you. And everything. And you're going to want to have to put every single one of your resources inside of one area. It'll be easier for you to get griefed, but with the tutorial you can get off the planet easily. Wire. 2 of them. And 2 chutes. But none of these are working because we don't have any power. But the sulfur will fix our issues because we can create batteries with them using wires. But we're going to want to store all of this stuff inside of an area, so that way we can get it. Back inside of old versions, it used to spit out the sulfur out of here if there wasn't anything connected to it. But here we're going to create another bin. And you're going to want to set it to sulfur, just like how we did before. And then you're going to set to max size, just like all of that again. You're going to want to lock all of this. You have to press C so you can lock it, each individual part. But if you hold Control, you can lock it all. And unlock it as well. Okay, so we're going to want to get 1 sulfur from here first, so you can actually begin to get the base up and running. It's gonna take a while because mining is purely random. There it is. So you're gonna need some sulfur and a wire, and you can create a battery. You can't refill these batteries, but they can be used to power appliances like these extractors. So once we put it in and connect it, you can see that will begin generating resources like sulfur, iron, and copper, since these things are powered. And we're going to want to aim for a refinery and the combustion chamber, so we can create power. But first, we're going to create a power cell. So you might want to ask what a power cell is. It's essentially a battery, but it can hold 20,000 power at maximum size. So we need a wire, which we already have iron here, so it won't be a problem. And sulfur, which is already here, so we can create a power cell. There we go. Everything will be automated pretty soon, but we need to get our refineries first, so we can truly pursue the American dream. So we're gonna have to clean this stuff up here first. Alright, by the way, you're gonna be needing stone for tanks. 3 of it specifically. And now we can get rubber for tanks for our refineries, so we can create gas, petroleum, and so we can store our oils. So we don't have much right now, but we're gonna have to create some more batteries. Battery. And so you're gonna want to connect all of these to right here. And you're gonna have to clean this up afterwards, so you can create space for more wires. And now we have a somewhat functional base. It won't last for long depending on how much power you use, but this is not the only source of getting power. There are a lot of sources, like here, if you press energy, electrical, you can see a lot of stuff that you can create power with and use power with. There's also a mining laser, which you can guess what it does. And alien cores come from very rare aliens, and they can power appliances. And so we're going to be wanting a refinery. It creates, turns oil into petroleum and gasoline, as it says right there. The combustion chamber, which uses gasoline to create power, which will be stored inside of this power cell to in turn create more power using the refinery and oil and everything. Power. It's a bit confusing. So you're going to be wanting 3 pipes, 4. Why am I typing it there? Pipe 4. And then you're going to want to overlap it with the wire right here, like this. So liquids cannot travel through chutes or anything, but they can travel through pipes, and so do gases. And since ice is a solid, we can have it go through everything here. But we're not talking about ice, are we? And it's not really necessary for over here, but it's good for convenience. Oh, it seems like we've already drained a lot of our power. So we're gonna have to lock everything here again. We have to see how much we need for a refinery. So I need 38 pipes. So you can only create parts by increments of 10. So I have to create 10, 10, 10, and then 8. And then I have to create 20 gears. 20. So we create a refinery. Okay, so refineries do not create power, but they turn gas to make gasoline and petroleum. And you need to dispose of the petroleum somehow. But you don't really have to dispose of it anymore, because you can just keep it all inside of a tank. Pretty sure that global warming exists, so you might want to watch out for that. Alright, so now we have to create a combustion chamber. Where's my stone going? Oh, it's right here. So you're going to want to get 3 grass. You can create rubber. And then you can create a tank, 3 of them. And then you have to get refineries, extractors, 3 of them. so we can get more oil. We are truly pursuing the American dream right here. So we're going to get a wire and a chute. I mean a pipe. So we don't want to waste any power right now. So we're going to have to create our storage first. And oh, we're already out of power. So make sure to set these to oil so you can extract it all. One by one. Okay, oil. Make sure you have a capital at the beginning of each of them. And now that we have oil here, we can we can store it now. So oil, gasoline, and petroleum. You cannot put in short letters for this because it wouldn't work then. I should probably clean up these gears sitting here. And so we're gonna get 10 more batteries. So we're gonna have to clean up all of this because we don't want the base to look like a mess, do we? Okay, so wire, battery, and see, now it's creating gasoline and petroleum, but we have much more oil income. Oh, I don't know why this one doesn't work. Yeah, for some reason this one just does not like to work. Oh, well, that happened. So this game is very buggy and will often not give you what you want. Oh wait, I forgot we ran out of power. Right. I'm not very used to it. But as you can see, it powers these extractors to get oil. But for some reason, this one just does not like to work. Or it's upside down. Yeah, it has oil to extract. Alright, so I wouldn't recommend doing this, but you're gonna want to somehow just stick it in there, like force it in by little increments. And it should work now. Oh, still this doesn't work. This one does not work. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, 101. We have 101 oil, which is very good actually. And this extractor just does not work. So we're going to have to settle for 2 combustion chambers and refineries. Ignore that. It shows that it's spawning, but if we touch it and re-weld it, it goes away. Okay, so now we're going to need a combustion chamber so we can store the power, create power that we can store, and will power everything. Combustion turbine. So we need 10 wires, 5 gears, 25 pipes, and 3 engines. Oh, I don't even need that much. Because I already have everything here. Engines. Combust. There we go. Now we can create power, and voila! We now create 100. We have a lot of power, whatever. But we're using a lot of it. I need to stop pressing that. And now we have infinite power. Oh, someone else is here. Well, hello, Dennis. You can also use gasoline to power rockets, which are the fastest means of propulsion inside the game. But they function really well, actually. They only use not a lot of gas. So let's say you have 4 rockets. So each rocket uses 0.5 gas at 100% throttle. It then uses 2 gas for 4 engines. I mean, for 4 rockets. And that's really just it for power generation. But now we are going to have to get resources from here, like silicon, whatever, a lot of stuff. So first you have to create more bins, like 5. And because there's no trees nearby, and I don't want to create wires going all over the place, I'll just use a hydroponic, which is used to create a bunch of to create life, like trees, grass, no, which is used to create wood, sticks, grass, not really much else. So set this one to what? Okay, so we're gonna have to set this one to quartz, this one to flint, this one to silicon, this one to ice, and this one to stone. And you're going to want to set all of these to 10 by 10 by 10. And the one rookie mistake that everyone makes is showing their coordinates on their screen, especially for new players. This will often lead to your death because you can see where I am, and this base will probably be gone the next day when I post it, or if nobody just watches my videos and it stays here. And I do not recommend staying on a starter planet because it will get raided and you will cry. And you lose all of your progress. Stuff is a bit finicky inside our base of space, but it's often fun when you actually get the hang of the game. For example, I find this fun right now, mostly because I actually know what I'm doing. This is really just a big tutorial to learn from. Now, rubies are useless early game because you need diamonds for lasers, and if there's no diamonds in starters, impossible to get without going to another planet and mining it or basing it. but that will be a topic for another video. And now that we've locked everything here, we can finally get to production. So we're gonna have to get some extractors. So about 5 of them. And we're also gonna need some rubber. But we can get to that later. Alright. So you're going to want to align these all together. So there's already a tutorial here, but some of this stuff is outdated and a lot. So extractors, thing. And so the tutorial, I'm pretty sure it used to say that extractors need to stay about 50 studs away to function. But good thing that they updated it so players don't get confused anymore. And there's also things called universe wipes, where the universe gets destroyed, and the developers reload the system so that way okay, let's stop it for another video then. So we're going to have to get ice, silicon, stone, flint, I'm missing something, and quartz. And now we need 2 wires and 2 chutes. I often find it really relaxing to just sit here and just build. You feel like doing something like progress. And now everything should be generating. Alright, that's very good. We have flint, quartz, stone, ice, and silicon. And I will teach you how to build this base soon. Bye. How do I stop this?